Welcome everybody to the 10U championship game for M2 flag football. Buckeyes are starting out with the ball, gonna take a pass way downfield right away, and it's caught. A huge pass to start out the game for the Badgers, The Badgers taking shots right away, and they will pick up an early first down. So we have our 10U championship matchup between the Badgers and the Spartans. Both of these teams competing for glory, and there's a championship plaque as well. Seeing who is the best team on the 10U level. I apologize for the late start. The previous game went to double overtime. As now they'll go with a handoff up the middle. Breaks away from the initial defender, going to the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. So a two-play drive to start for the Badgers. As they get on the board first, it's 6-0. Just a great drive to start the championship game for the Badgers. So now there's a player down for the Spartans. So the Badgers came out, they took the deep shot right away, managed to catch the defense off guard to start the game, and then they just hand off nice and simple right up the middle, but you put the ball in the hands of a good ball carrier like that, and big plays can tend to happen. And so now we actually do this game, for these championship games, we're going to have access to the game clock, which is a pretty nice change from other games this season. So it is at 18:24 right now, and we have stopped it for the injured player. Usually the clock just runs no matter what, whether it goes out of bounds, incomplete pass, whatever, it just keeps running. But this is an exception to that. And it's on the ground there, and he will get helped up. He's standing now, looks to be under his own power, and he will walk off under his own power as well. So it's good to see that he will be able to walk off the field all right. So now we got a 1-point conversion for the Badgers that they're lining up to attempt. So 1-point conversion here being attempted by the Badgers. Trying to throw for it, finds him back of the end zone. It's caught, but he's out of the back of the end zone. He's out of bounds. So he was open, but he just was a little bit behind where he was supposed to be. And so the score will remain 6-0. So this plays, it's kind of hard as the receiver to know where the back of the end zone is because it's not marked as clearly as it usually would be on a standard football field. But since we are going from sideline to sideline, that yellow line there towards the bottom of your screen is the back of the end zone. He was standing a couple steps behind it. So the Spartans will have the ball now. In a whole 6-0, and sure I mentioned it earlier, but I do apologize for the late start to this game. The previous game went a little long. They went into 2 overtimes. It was Really exciting game for that 8U championship matchup. Now we have hopefully a really exciting game for the 10U matchup. Already we have 2 plays in, we have a touchdown already, so shaping up to be a very exciting one. And they'll go with the reverse there, trying to get that reverse on the jet sweep, but the handoff is fumbled, so it'll be a dead ball. So the Spartans start off by losing a down, and that is going to make it 2nd down. Rough mistake there to start out their first offensive drive in championship game. Gonna be a little bit of the jitters, gonna be a little nervous. A lot of pressure, very high stakes game, and you can get more mistakes like those sometimes in those situations. On 2nd down, they'll call motion. Gonna look for a throw, and that pass can be caught, trying to get some run after the catch, and he will go down after a small gain, trying to work his way for some extra yardage, but there were 2 defenders that met him as he turned around. So solid gain, but after the fumble on the first play, a little bit less than you'd want. So now it's going to be 3rd down. Again, we do have access to a clock this game, so we are at 15:33 left in the half as they line up for this 3rd down play. They'll call the motion the running back out to the receiver. He'll drop back to throw, rolling out to his right, looking for a target, firing the other way, and it's incomplete. Try to get that throw over across the field, but there were 2 defenders in the area. Managed to get it over one, but the other one got in there to break it up, so it's going to be 4th and long now for the Spartans. That was just a throw you could tell he didn't really want to make, but he was running out of time in the pocket. And he needed to get the throw off to someone. Bit of a risky play with 2 defenders in the area, but just results in an incompletion. So now 4th down, they need something pretty deep here to keep this drive going. They're looking for a throw. Trying to find something coming across down the sideline. It's caught, and he will get the 1st down. So the Spartans pull off the huge play. It'll now be 1st and goal. Big play there. Already down on their first drive. You know they want to keep up here to stay in this championship matchup. And on 4th and with quite a ways to go, managed to find that crossing route late in its development. Most of the receivers were running just fly routes towards the middle of the field, and then one managed to come away. He was outrunning his man. Managed to make the catch and turn upfield just enough for that 1st down. Now on 1st and goal, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Motion called, and they'll hand it off, do the double handoff, but that time it will work just about as well as it did the first time. There's going to be actually a little bit worse. They lost a yard on that play. Defense was all over it. So it'll be 2nd and goal now from about midfield. So last time they tried that play, first play of the drive, they fumbled the handoff. That play, they would have been better off if they fumbled the handoff. It actually did go backwards. Great defensive play to sniff that one out, and now it's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Scanning, firing, caught near the hash marks on that right side, and that will be a sizable gain to get him up past the hash marks. And so now we'll have 3rd and goal from a manageable distance. They don't need it all right here. If they can break off about half of the distance there, maybe a little more, they will have a very doable 4th and goal. Or they could just try for it all right now. We'll see what the play call is here. 3rd down. Looking to throw. Firing, and it's caught at the number 40. And so they do break off a pretty nice chunk of that, and that will bring up 4th and goal. However, they didn't make it 4th and manageable. This is from a little bit less than it would be for a 2-point conversion, but a little bit more than it would be for a 1-point conversion, right in between those 2 markers. So on 4th down, can the Spartans pull off the big conversion again? Need about 5 yards to score. They'll motion the receiver across. He's going to try to get it done through the air. Scanning, rolls out, firing, back of the end zone, and he caught it, but he was out of the back of the end zone, so it's a turnover on downs. It was a really, really, really good catch, actually. He managed to get it with heavy defensive pressure in his face, but the throw just took him out of the back of the end zone. A little bit too much on that ball. And so the Badgers managed to get the stop near the goal line, and they'll have the ball now still up 1 touchdown. It's now less than 11 minutes left in the half. So the first drive for the Badgers was extremely successful. 1 big passing play and 1 big running play was all it took to score. It's hard to live up to those standards, but if they can get a touchdown, I'm sure they'll be happy. On 1st down, he's going to try to pass. Quick pass is going to be broken up, incomplete. And so that throw was a little bit behind him. And on those drag routes, you really have to lead your receiver properly. Because if not, that will be the result. You throw it a little bit behind him, and the defender is hot on his tail. So it was within reach for the defender to get in there and mess it up a little bit. So no gain on that play. It's going to be 2nd down. That's a big play for the Spartans defense after a really rough first drive of the game. That is definitely something they needed to really get settled in. A good stop to set a precedent that they're not going to just get pushed around all game. They're going to try to throw on 2nd down. Quick pass over the middle is going to be caught. Tipped up to himself and caught it. And that'll be a nice little gain. It'll bring up 3rd down. That throw was just a little bit high and away. Initially looked like he wasn't going to be able to get to it, but he tipped it and managed to get it back to himself there. So it was a pretty nice catch on that play. However, not a lot of yards to speak for it as he turned upfield and was met by a few defenders. So clock ticking down to under 8:30 now, and it's going to be 3rd down. They'll go with a handoff. Breaks 1 tackle, does a full spin, and will get a pretty nice chunk of yards. So that's going to make it 4th and manageable. A really nice running play. Just like the touchdown play last drive, it was a run handoff up the middle. But just good ball carrying on that play. Nice little spin move in there. Managed to get away from a couple defenders. And so on 4th down, you only need about 3 yards to get it. So it's a doable here, but it's going to be no easy task. We got 4th down coming up. Drops back to throw. trying to find a man, firing downfield, and it is intercepted. Picked off by number 1. So a interception made on 4th down, and the Spartans will take over with the ball. And so that interception was technically made past the midfield marker, but since they hadn't actually gotten the first down yet, the Spartans won't start at midfield. They'll start at the usual starting point, way at that far end of the field. Now, under 6:30 left to play in the half. Not a lot of time to close the gap before the half, but if they can put together a quick drive, it's definitely within the realm of possibility. They just got to be quick, efficient, and they cannot be spending too much time to get to the line. So now clock ticks down under 6 minutes as they snap it on 1st down. Trying to find a man to throw. Caught on that drag route, and he's got it up to the hash mark. So a nice play to start off 1st down. Those are the types of plays you need. Don't need the huge shot plays. It's not that little time, but pretty good chunks of yardage like that will allow them a chance to score if they can keep the tempo fast. So down 6-0. Now they're up to the furthest set of hash marks from the end zone. Have a receiver alone there on the right sideline as they line up. We'll see if they try to hit him on this play. Motion called. Looking to throw. And fires another short pass on the drag route. And that will be enough for a 1st down. So very quick, efficient 2-play 1st down. This is exactly the type of drive the Spartans need. Just barely managed to get across that 1st down marker there. Just a little drag route. Managed to turn around, though, and find some space towards the middle of the field. And so a very nice run after the catch there. Now, clock has about 4 minutes left to play in the 1st half. It's going to be 1st and goal. Motion. Handoff. Jet sweep. Going to try to get to the sideline, and his flags will get pulled near the hash marks. But again, that is a solid gain for the Spartans. It's not going to be 2nd and goal. Ball is going to be spotted right in between the hash marks. We got just over 3:30 left on the clock now. And that, reminder, is just a ticking clock. That thing keeps rolling. Now they'll call motion once again. It's going to fake the handoff, look to throw. Pass is going to be caught near the middle of the field, and another nice little gain for the Spartans. It's not going to make it 3rd and goal from a little bit in front of that number 50. So they are managing to quickly make their way down the field here. This really just is a textbook. It's not a 2-minute drill since there was more than 2 minutes left on the clock, but 6 minutes with a running clock is pretty much the same as 2 minutes in tackle football when the clock stops. So pretty much a 2-minute drill drive here, and they are executing it very well. They're going to look to pass on 3rd and goal. He's going to find a guy open who's going to go down a yard shy of the end zone. Didn't have room to stick it out because the defender was right in front of him. Couldn't reach for that score. Did manage to break away from the one defender. But now on 4th and goal, they still are a yard shy. So this clock is now at 1:45. So they have time to drop the play in the huddle. They just need a yard here to tie the game on 4th and goal. This would be huge here if they could tie it up heading into the half. They will start the second half with the ball. They're going to call motion again. Trying to find a man. Rolling out. Quick pass is going to be hauled in and caught for the touchdown. So the Spartans managed to tie it up here late in the first half. It is now 6-6. Had that little drag route coming across, very short route, just barely in the end zone. Nice, easy throw to make. Was standing right in front of him by that point. So they managed to punch it in, and now 1-point conversion attempt coming up. And if they can get it here, they will take the lead. So on the extra point attempt, they'll call motion again. Trying to find someone to throw to. Rolling out. Needs to get rid of it. Firing back of the end zone and caught it, but he's out of the back of the end zone. So that's the 3rd time we've had someone catch it out of bounds in the back of the end zone. They're going to run to the other side of the field to try to get a playoff, and I don't think they're going to be able to get it done in time as time expires in the first half. So no play and couldn't get the extra point attempt to go. So the game is all tied up, 6-6, tied at the half. Very tight game for this 10U championship matchup. We will see who gets crowned as the best 10U team in the league after the halftime break. We are back from the halftime break. The Spartans are starting with the ball. It's tied up here to begin the second half. They'll look to throw on this first down play, and that pass is underthrown and incomplete. Bounced at his feet there, just a little bit out of reach. He was open and probably would have gotten a pretty solid chunk of yards, but as it stands, it'll be second down. So we're all tied up here, heading into this second half. And I gotta say, this is shaping up to be another really good championship game after the last one. The 8U on the broadcast was so good. Hoping to see another here, as that is going to be a pass out to the left side. Stays in bounds, but the defenders get to the flag, so it'll get up past the hash marks for a pretty solid gain, and that'll be third down. So they faked the jet sweep on that play, which they've gone to a couple of times. So they got a couple of defenders with that, but didn't really get any of the defenders that were covering the receiver that ended up getting thrown to. Still just managed to create separation with the route itself. So just a pretty nice little out route there. And they'll call motion before third down. Looking for someone to throw to. Firing downfield and flying in to deflect that one. That ball hung in the air just a little bit too long. And so it'll be an incompletion, and that will bring up fourth down. Because see there, he was open pretty deep over the middle of the field. But that ball wasn't thrown quite far enough to be able to hit him in stride, so he had to kind of stop and wait for it. And then for the amount of time it hung in the air, a couple defenders managed to get to it to break it up. So fourth down, but they only need about 2 yards to get it, so probably something pretty short on this fourth down play. Looking for someone, trying to get a throw off. He's going to chuck one way downfield, and it's incomplete. So they covered up the short stuff really well, and he was forced to look downfield to try to find something. Now, there were a couple guys open, but once again, the ball hung in the air for long enough for the defense to get in to break up that pass. So the Badgers force a stop to start the second half. Now they have a chance to take back the lead on their first possession of the half. Clock now at about 16:30 left to play in the game. So the Badgers will line up for this first down play. Looks like they're going to go with 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, and 1 running back in the backfield. They'll fake the handoff and go to pass. Play action. He's going to fire and can't get him. Had him open on the post route, and he started to get over that sideline there. And he had separation. It was a nice throw into the basket, but just couldn't hang on. So it'll be second down. And while they didn't get the result they want on that play, that is a play that is going to increase some confidence in your quarterback. That was a really good throw to hit him in stride. So despite the fact that was an incompletion, still a good play by the QB, as there's a quick throw over the middle. It's a little drag route there. Gain of a couple, and it'll bring up third down. So after they couldn't get the deep play to work on first down, they go to a short play on second. Managed to pick up a couple of yards with that one, but still a little ways to go here coming up on third down. They'll go with a handoff. Little stutter step, cuts back the other way. They still haven't got him. He's breaking away now, going to the other sideline, but he steps out of bounds. So they'll get the first down after a very good run, and that was just a very good run. Got handed off to the right side, and there were a couple defenders in front of him. Couldn't find a way through there, so he ran around all the way to the opposite sideline, just using the speed there to get as many yards as possible from that play. Defender had a good angle on him, though, so he managed to catch up there. But when you're handing it to a guy who's the fastest player on the field, you can get results like that. These simple runs that they're drawing up for him keep breaking off into pretty big plays. They're going to go with a little quick pass, but that is broken up, and we're going to have a flag on the play. And it looks like we're going to get a pass interference call out of that one. So that will move the Badgers up a few yards. Could see there he got in there for the deflection, but did so by making contact with him. Hit him there, and then a little bit before the ball got there, and especially too in flag football, you really can't be making plays like that. A little too much contact to let that slide, so the ref flew through the imaginary flag. Now they'll roll out here, trying to find a target, and tipped up and nearly intercepted. Managed to get a hand on it, but it was just a little bit too far out of reach to actually haul in, but a very nice play to stick the hand up and break up that pass. So now it's going to be second down. So on second down, go with the handoff, left side, trying to get out to the sideline, and gets a couple yards on that play, but nothing crazy. Just trying to chip away to get into that end zone. So now it'll be third down from a little bit behind the 50. So they've been very successful with the runs previously. That one, while still getting a good amount of yards, didn't have quite the same big play effect as some of the other runs have had so far. But it still got the job done, did what they needed to do. They just want to gain a couple just to get a little bit closer to that end zone for this third down play, and that's exactly what happened. So now they've got from about the 2-point conversion line on third down. Trying to find someone to get the ball off to, and going to run out of time. Play will be blown dead, so that's going to be a coverage sack. Great play defensively from the Spartans to cover up all of his options there, and now it will be fourth down. And again, it's from the 2-point conversion line, so this is doable, but still going to be pretty difficult to get it done here. They need the end zone on 4th down, trying to take the lead. Drops back to throw. Firing towards the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. So the Badgers go up 1 score once again. They're now up 12-6 with less than 10 minutes left to play. And that was just very simple. Just a little, no cuts, no nothing. Just a little streak route right up the middle. Found a little gap in the coverage, and a nice throw managed to thread it through and score. Now they'll go for 1 on the extra point attempt. Gonna try to throw for it. Firing across the middle, and he caught it. What a catch! So tack on 1 more. It's 13-6. And that was a really nice catch. He managed to hold on to it after he hit the ground. Great play to haul that one in. And now the Spartans are going to have the ball back. They are down 7 with 8:30 left to play. And so we've seen them go down the field and score with less time than this. But now it is an absolute necessity to get a score on this drive. So if they can put together another drive like they did at the end of the first half, they will definitely be back in this game, but they're going to need to find that form again here. Now we have about 7:45 left to play as they're going to hike this one. Going to try to throw on 1st down. Can't find a target. It's going to fire way downfield, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Badgers, and that might have just sealed away this ball game. Was struggling to find an open target, saw a man downfield who was open but just didn't have enough oomph on that pass. It was underthrown, so the defender had time to camp under it and pick it off. So now the Badgers have the ball with 7 minutes left in the championship game, and they're up 7. They just need to waste time. Need to chip away slowly on this drive. Just try to get a 1st down. Waste as much clock as they can. They're going to start off with a handoff going to that left side. It's going to cut back up the middle and go down after a gain of maybe 3 or 4. So solid play to start off that drive, and that's really the type of play you want. You don't want anything that crazy, just nice small gains. Probably you want a 1st down and 4 downs ideally. Use all 4 downs before you get there, just to waste as much clock as possible. If they can score on this drive as well, that'll really put it away. But a 4 and out will give the Spartans the ball back with enough time to do something potentially. There's a drag route over the middle, and that is a pretty big play. Going to get caught before the 1st down marker, but he got pretty close, maybe a yard shy of it. So now it's going to be 3rd and 1 with less than 5:50 in the game. And so a nice play there. Now they've got 3rd and 1. And now there's 5 minutes left in the game, so they can convert here. They'll be able to waste another 4 downs. In really good positioning to try to win this ball game. Quick throw over the middle is going to be caught for the first down, and he still hasn't gone down. Getting out to the sideline, they're not going to catch him. It's a touchdown. The Badgers put the nail in the coffin as they go up 19-6. That was just a play designed to get the first down. Quick little pass, slant route over the middle. But he broke away and realized there was no one around and managed to cut upfield and get the big gain. So now they're up 2 scores with about 4 minutes left to play, and that should solidify them as the new 10U champions. They're going to go for 2 now. Drops back to throw. Trying to get it in the end zone, and it is batted down and incomplete. Try to dive for that ball, but defender managed to swat it down first. So the score will remain 19-6 as the ball flips back over to Spartans. And now there's about 3:20 left in this game. And 2 touchdowns in about 3 minutes with a running clock is going to be a nearly impossible feat. They need to score almost immediately on this drive. Then probably get an interception or a very, very fast 4-and-out on defense, and then score right away again. So right now, the Badgers just have to not allow anything big, and the Spartans need to take shots downfield. Trying to find someone to get the ball off to. That pass can be tipped up and incomplete. So an incompletion there will waste some more clock as this one ticks down to 2:10. They'll try to hurry back to the line. Looking to throw again. Needs to get rid of it. Throwing towards the sideline and manages to jump in front of it to tip that one. So 2 back-to-back deflections from the Badgers defense to really put an end to this one. Now on 3rd down with about 1:30 left in the game, there's really not a chance for a Spartans comeback. Gonna line up, fakes the handoff. Still looking for a deep pass. He's going to try to make a throw, and throw is off target and incomplete. So it'll bring up 4th down. And so this defensive drive here from the Badgers is really just a cherry on top. They are playing some lockdown defense here to seal away the victory. I'll get to take home the 10U championship plaque. Be the 2nd crowned champions of the day. On 4th down, they're going to try for something. Manages to catch that pass past the defense, cutting back, and a big 1st down play. So a huge play on 4th down for the Spartans, but now with 20 seconds left in the game, it's probably not going to matter. Still a nice play, though, to just keep trying despite the circumstances. They'll call motion. looking for something in the end zone. Firing, and it's going to be caught in the end zone for a touchdown as time expires. So they'll get to do the extra point attempt anyway. They'll go for 2, but it is impossible for them to win at this point. It is mathematically impossible for them to win this game. So good last 2 plays there to finally break through on this drive, but unfortunately it just took them too long. And on the 2-point conversion, they'll motion the running back to a receiver. Throwing towards the corner of the end zone, and that is batted down, nearly intercepted, and the Badgers will take home the win. They are the new 10U champions after a 19-12 victory over the Spartans, so congratulations to them on the great season, and good job to the Spartans. They came up short at the end, but they still had a great game and a great season. Thank you for watching. If you want to catch the next 2 championship games later tonight, or if you are interested in seeing the tackle football games in this fall from the teams such as the Tri-City Wolverines, and then you can subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. You'll get notified whenever a game is about to start. This has been a broadcast of flag football on M2 Sports Live. I am Mark Rodriguero, signing off.